The Magic on their way to the locker room earlier tonight. Defending their home court means a lot to this team. And the game arrival, sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. A spectacular sight as we approach our broadcast location in downtown Orlando through the air. Welcome, everyone, to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Chris Webber and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is our sideline reporter. Hey, Dave.
Well, Aaron Gordon is progressing as a shooter. He said, what I've done is connected my three, my pull-up, and my free throw. They're all the same shot now. I'm going to keep trusting my skill, and eventually it'll all come together. With my motor, I feel like whatever I'm doing out there, I can just keep going and going. Kevin?
Tremendous athleticism. Thanks, D.A. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. You look at Orlando, they were hoping to get off to a better start to the season. Things are still early, so they still may have a chance.
And right now for the Magic, they talked all offseason about how this year was going to be different. Nobody bought into it then, and nobody's buying into it now.
We all know talking the talk is easy, but carrying through, that's another story. The naysayers' predictions were basically on point.
And the starting group for the Grizzlies. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. And it's Jackson in at the small forward. And for the Magic, at the 4 and the 5, we have Gordon and Vucevic. Augustine and Fournier are the backcourt tandem. And it's Ross in at the small forward position.
Oh, the Grizzlies are going back to the grit and grind style of last season, the slowest pace in the league. They wanted to make the game ugly and uncomfortable for opposing teams.
Now, here's Valanciunas. Passes it to Morant. 6 to shoot. It's hauled in by Gordon. And so it's Augustine who will bring it up for the Orlando Magic. And Chris, the Grizzlies taking the pace out of the game. Taking teams in the, quote, mud, as they put it.
Yeah, Kevin, their style was built on hard-nosed, disruptive defense. I mean, last season, dead last in scoring. To win, they had to make it a rock fight.
And that'll start us off already. You can feel the tension in this arena.
Oh, man, these fans are pumped. I expect them to be loud tonight. Should be a great game.
Now the Grizzlies with it. From 12 feet out. And that one's good. Morant.
That jumper is just looking clean and confident. Very little that Morant can't do.
Pass to Ross. Trying to find Vucevic. Gets it to him.
The finish was nice, but the setup was better.
Yeah, GA, the pick working to full effect before the stuff.
Yeah, coach is definitely pleased. That's the execution he loves to see.
Brooks outside. First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Great D that time from Vucevic.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
Yeah, you can see why he's established that reputation. Strong understanding of how to defend at the rim.
Augustine looking around. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Gordon. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Valanciunas. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Gordon, the pass to Vucevic. It's stolen by Valanciunas. Here's Jackson. It's hauled in by Gordon.
Now, that's one of the few times they'll get away with leaving him that wide open.
Oh, Vucevic in position. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop. Now here's Morant. He had 16 points in the win against Minnesota.
Yeah, and as good of a scorer as he was in that game, he was even a better passer. A lot of assists for him.
Orlando leading. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. And Augustine kicks to Fournier. Now here is Augustine. Defense right on him. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. The Grizzlies trail by 4. Now Morant. To the paint. No good from Valanciunas.
A fantastic effort on D to get up in his face and deny the layup.
Ross passes to Gordon. Now here is Augustine. Defense is right there. No good from Ross. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And Orlando has possession. Augustine passes to Fournier. Pass to Ross. Over Jackson. No good from Ross. The Grizzlies trail by 4. Here's Morant. And another miss by Memphis.
Well, defense, they just took that possession off. I mean, they get away with it that time, but they got to show some more aggression.
That one goes. Count it.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
For Memphis, they've gone just 2 of 7 so far. A little bit of a slow start for them. A step back shot here. The shot off that time. And Orlando the other way now.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Gordon. It's rebounded by Memphis. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
Yeah, and that one, they just locked it down defensively. Challenged shots and really protected the rim.
Well, they certainly made their presence felt on defense. They were active and rejected a number of shots.
The Grizzlies have been a winning team for most of the last decade. Injuries snapped their playoff streak back in 18, but the silver lining, a top draft pick they used to select Jaren Jackson.
Oh, he found the open space from mid-range, just maybe rushed his release a little bit.
Here's Morant. Teardrop shot.
He's disappeared this quarter. He can't get anything to drop. That's not going to help him get out of the hole.
Fournier against Brooks. Poked loose. Stolen by Brooks. Fast break Memphis. Morant with a wide open look. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. Morant's got 5.
Oh, right there, Morant showing his ability to work off the ball. I mean, he found some space and knocked down the shot.
Fournier dishes to Gordon. Vucevic against Valanciunas. Fournier for 3. Cans it from downtown. He's got 5. And in his rookie season, Jaren Jackson, the youngest player in the league, he seemed NBA ready.
And already he impacts the game on both ends of the floor. A ton of upside with this young man. He's already helping the Grizz win games. And purely from a physical standpoint, Ja Morant has it all. The height, the long arms, the frame to put on more weight. And few players are more explosive athletically.
Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And with Morant, you not only get the physical attributes, Greg, you get the mental toughness and awareness.
Yeah, this kid loves to compete. The bigger the game, the bigger he plays. I think we're looking at a potential all-NBA performer when it's all said and done.
Ahmed Bamba, he's checked in for the Magic. And he makes both free throws.
and one of the younger players to enter the 2019 draft. Morant, wise beyond his years.
Now here is Augustine. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Mavericks in Dallas.
And what opened things up for him was his passing. He was making so many plays that the D had to play off him.
They get it again. Here's Vucevic, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
Orlando shooting their first foul shots of the night here.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
Free throw drops for Vucevic.
Well, they say the post-up big man is dead and gone in the NBA, but don't tell that to Nikola Vucevic. An offensive focal point, and he does some of his best work on that low block.
And both free throws good for Vucevic. And you look at the footwork of Vucevic inside, his moves and counter moves, terrific.
Shades of Kevin McHale. And that's something he's continued to develop in the pros. A response to defenders who often surpass him athletically.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Some bad shot selection as well as some bad luck. I mean, that's not going to help you score points.
And a chance to check out some stats for Gordon. Good season for him last year. Put up about 16 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists. To have a scorer like him consistently deliver you points makes such a big difference for a team.
Yeah, it gives you something you really can rely on going into every game. And you can also work off of him to look to create for others.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
And Vucevic throws it down.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. The Grizzlies trail by 6. Now here's Brooks. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Here's Morant. And Vucevic pulls it down. Vucevic has got rebound number 5 here tonight.
He's been cold, and it's been hurting him. The D, I mean, was ready for him. He hasn't been able to solve it.
Now here is Augustine. And he lines it up.
And that's why you don't let him get positioned deep in the post.
Just too big of a threat down there. I mean, he has a number of go-to moves at his disposal.
Memphis has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Morant passes to Valanciunas. And last season, Jonas Valanciunas averaging the fewest minutes of his career. Greg, at the same time, he was playing the best basketball of his career.
I mean, his scoring per minute through the roof. Rebounding at a career-high level. He can dominate inside, especially at that offensive end.
First free throw is good. And the emphasis on mobility, a challenge for lumbering 7-footers like Valanciunas.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're not going to be the quickest when you're 7 feet tall, Kevin. I mean, in order to earn his keep, he has to be dominant inside. I mean, he has that capability.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Al-Farouq Aminu. He's checked in for Gordon. And Markelle Fultz is subbed in for Fournier. And so he hits both. Chris, when it comes to playing alongside another big guy, I'm sure you have to think of ways to complement each other. Not just him, but it's got to be a two-way street.
Yeah, but it starts with chemistry. It starts with friendship. It starts with wanting to win. And I played with 2 big guys that come to mind that made me better. Juwan Howard there in Washington, just looking at him, throwing an oop. I would miss 2-3 shots in a row, and we'd look, and he'd say, I'll get you an easy one, big fella. And I would do the same thing to him. We're playing with a guy like Vlade that would say, hey, wait a minute. Bibby or Peja didn't get a shot. Set a screen for them, and he would pass it to them. And then the next play say, now it's your turn. You're open, because they're going to go over there to those guys. We already tricked the defense ahead. So guys that are smart, guys that can pass, and also guys that will say, hey, man, you look a little tired. Let's switch. I'll check Shaq this play.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Stolen by Anderson. Here's Clark. Aminu grabs the miss. Magic leading by 6. To the middle. Tries it from 9. That's good from Fultz on the assist by Augustine.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
And for the Grizzlies, they're shooting down around 24%. Obviously, they've struggled. Here's Clark. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Valanciunas. And Bamba pulls it down.
Got to give him credit for his confidence. I mean, he hasn't hit a single shot this quarter, but he still keeps firing.
Stolen by Anderson. And now here comes Jones leading the break. The quick look, no good that time. The Orlando Magic come into this one following a loss to the Mavericks in Dallas.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, their defense was just overrun. Couldn't match the intensity of the opponent, and it cost them.
They looked overmatched, GA. I thought they lacked aggressiveness and heart out
there. The Grizzlies trail by 8. Anderson outside. Bamba with the block.
And the giant wingspan of Bamba strikes again. Just fantastic at spiking shots in a variety of ways.
Aminu, the pass to Birch. Over Clark. Birch's shot's good.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
Yeah, you got to be careful. It's still early. They've expended a lot of energy, but they've also built a nice cushion here.
Timeout called, the Grizzlies.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
Poor rotations. I mean, slow help and just not enough toughness on the interior. They've got a lot to talk about.
Allen's checked in for the Grizzlies. Jones dishes to Anderson. There's the pass to Crowder. Memphis moving it around. No good from Clark.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter. And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
The Grizzlies trail by 12. Jones, the pass to Crowder. Orlando grabs the miss. Bamba's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Fultz looking around. Passes it to Augustine. Puts up a 3. No good that time. Now Memphis takes it the other way. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Jones finds Clark. And here's Anderson. It's Jones on the way. Outside Crowder. Clock at 6. They could use a bucket. And Bamba pulls it down. Bamba's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Fultz. Good work defensively by Crowder.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
Excellent D, avoiding fouling and got in the perfect position to alter the shot.
No good from Clark. And it's Fultz with the ball for the Orlando Magic, leading by 12. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
You too.
And it's the Grizzlies with the ball. The Grizzlies trail by 12. Allen outside. Inside. Crowder dishes to Clark. Birch grabs the board.
They're still looking for his first points of the quarter. He's not doing anything to help them cut into the lead.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Fultz kicks to Bamba. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Bamba's got 6 points.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Allen against Bamba. Allen passes to Clark, the 17-footer. That shot is off. Nikola Vucevic firing on all cylinders for the Orlando Magic. He made his mark in a big way on the boards in that quarter. We'll return shortly. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. Guys, we've seen the Magic really take control here.
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
You're exactly right, GA. I mean, they've been quicker to the ball, showing great anticipation and terrific hustle.
The Magic leading by 14. They've got Jonathan Isaac. DJ Augustine out there with Markelle Fultz. And there's Mohamed Bamba. And it's Birch in at the power forward. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Magic. From 12 feet out. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
The inside just a bit too congested for him to get the usual shot he would have with rhythm.
Ross is checked in for Orlando. The Grizzlies trail by 14. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, for the last 5 years, the Golden State Warriors have been the colossus that stood over the NBA. There were thoughts that most teams were not willing to do things to be competitive, knowing that they could not beat the Splash Brothers, Draymond Green, and then Kevin Durant. But the Warriors lost to the Raptors in the finals last year, combined with the injuries to Durant and Klay Thompson, have opened things up. And for the first time in a long time, there are any number of teams in this league that believe it's their time.
Probably so. The West is strengthened. There's no doubt, DA. Interesting matchups coming up for sure. Thank you. No good from Clark.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Well, you talk about physical gifts for the game. Mo Bamba, a 7-footer with the longest wingspan, 7'9.5", and that gives him a huge sphere of influence.
Right, you look at Bamba able to touch the rim while still on the ground. And he gets off the ground pretty well, too.
A good athlete, still getting stronger and developing his feel for the game. But he has something you just can't teach.
And he knocks down the first one. The NBA fans sometimes called the sixth man. Chris, talk about what a difference a raucous crowd, a home crowd, can make for a team and a player.
Well, I could talk about that from my experience, but let's talk about from my experience first. Sacramento, we had a lady called Sign Lady. Now, of course, she had a real name, but she says, just call me Sign Lady. She would make the most beautiful signs. Vlade, we believe in you. Peja, every shot is good. She make them creatively. They be bright, they be big, and we looked for her for encouragement. The cowbells, how loud everyone there was. Some first-time gamers saying, this is my first game coming to watch. Go win, Chris, or people that's been like, I've never missed a game. You want to do it for the fans, how loud they are, how they get on the teams, how they get on the refs. You got to love it. And then for the rest of the league, oh, my God. Last year in the playoffs, going to the Milwaukee Bucks, their home arena, that new arena they have there, oh, crazy. You want to talk about crazy fans? Go out to Toronto and hang outside with 10,000 crazy fans in the rain while they're singing and shouting and having fun over there in Jurassic Park. And we all know about the great fans that Golden State had all their years in Oracle, some of the most loyal fans ever. The sixth man, the fans being the sixth man, that is not a cliche. That is not made up for PR purposes. That's true and real. And some of the best players will tell you how those fans have taken them over the top, giving them energy to win some games.
Yeah, a lot of energy.
Yes.
The raw talent Bamba has, just so impressive. A shot blocking specialist who also makes an impact on the offensive end.
Morant, he's checked in for Jones. And the second free throw, good.
and they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Here's Morant. Here's Crowder. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Crowder's a guy that does so many of the little things for them, just like they're cleaning up the mess on the offensive glass.
Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in. Fultz, no good.
That's a look you cannot pass up. It's also one you shouldn't miss.
The Magic again can't hit. The Grizzlies trail by 14. There's the lob to Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. Now, here's Fultz. His last outing, he had 8 points. Pass to Ross. 16 feet away. The basket good off the assist from Fultz.
Wow, solid court awareness. Leave someone open on Fultz squad, and you're going to regret it.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Outside Crowder. And Crowder slams it in.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Well, come on, guys. Someone has to rotate over. Defensively, that's just poor communication.
Back to Ross. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
Dependable when it comes to sharing the wealth. Fultz, he's skilled at getting it to his guys.
The Magic have shot 67% from the line tonight, going 4-6. Catching up on the changes for Orlando. Vucevic checked in for Mohamed Bamba. Gordon comes in for Cam Birch. And Fournier subbed in for Fultz. Memphis also making some changes. Jackson, he's checked in for Anderson. And it's Dylan Brooks in for Allen. The Grizzlies trail by 15. Morant with it. 7 points in the game. Jackson has the open look. Off target from three-point range.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know. I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. And here's Morant. Pass to Jackson. Beyond the arc. Orlando grabs the miss. Gordon's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Isaac. It's rebounded by Memphis. Down low. Here's Jackson. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Well, you know what? I talked to Jaren Jackson this summer, and he told me he grew another 2 inches. So let's just call him around 7 foot right now with the 7'5" wingspan. Jaren Jackson, the perfect physique for today's defensive big. He can protect the paint and maneuver outside.
Shooting 2.
And that one misses. He did play power forward at Michigan State and the NBA. But what's Jaren Jackson's long-term position, you think, in this league, Chris?
Well, you know what? I think he can play the 3, the 4, and the 5 with his shooting. Now, he's still experiencing guarding shorter players, and he's getting used to it, but moving his feet serves him well.
And he sinks the second. Here is Ross. 11 points for him in that last game against Dallas. And the pass to Isaac. And here's Fournier, guarded by Jackson. Outside Fournier. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That one's on Morant. Now in his 6th season in the NBA, hard to believe Aaron Gordon is still just 24 years of age.
Not much older than some rookies coming in. You wonder what his ceiling will be.
And he makes the first. See, well, we've heard some people criticize the league's obsession with the three-pointer, saying the game is less fun to watch. You and I have talked to coaches who do not like the style of play. Would you agree with that?
You know what, I do, Kev, but it's all in the way that it happens. So let's talk about a team like Golden State, okay? Golden State shoots so many threes, right? But they don't shoot the most threes, and they have the best ball movement. And they still take the most number of twos. And so they have a balanced game. Now, they had 3 of the best shooters last season out of any team maybe in the history of the game. And they don't take the most threes, but then you have teams that have every guy shooting under 30%, and they're shooting 100 threes with no ball movement. Yeah, something's backwards. It's still about playing basketball and shooting threes, not shooting threes during a game that happens to be a basketball game, if that makes any sense.
It does. Perfect sense.
And with a moment, let's check out the stats for Vucevic. Coming off a terrific season. Last season put up about 21 points a game, 12 rebounds and 4 assists. And you look at his scoring, he was #1 on the team last season.
His ability to play through contact, his exceptional concentration, that's what makes him a great finisher.
No good on that one. He hits the second from the line. The Grizzlies trail by 16. Now Morant, 7 points in the game. And that'll be Memphis as it goes out of bounds. Grizzlies retain possession. Looking to get back on track here. Off on the layup. And so it's Ross. He brings it up for the Orlando Magic. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Memphis this season.
And just couldn't make the most of their meetings last year. Ended up splitting the season series.
Now here's Morant. Passes it to Jackson. To the paint. Here's Valanciunas. Oh, look at him fly!
Get out the way!
Oh, he uses his physical tools to the fullest when attacking the defense. That's a heads-up play by Valanciunas.
Outside Fournier. Here's Vucevic. Rebounded by Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Gordon against Brooks. Outside Jackson. Pass to Valanciunas. Over Ross. Yep, it goes, and the Magic lead is cut down now to just 12 points with the basket from Valanciunas.
The closer Valanciunas gets, the more dangerous he is, which is why he looks to score from there.
Now here's Ross. He's got 5. He kicks it to Vucevic. Over Jackson, and it's Vucevic. That time on the assist from Ross. Ross has got his 3rd assist on the night. The Grizzlies trail by 14. Now here's Morant. 7 points in the game. Here's Jackson. Shoots the 3. And again, it's Memphis with the 3.
And they're hitting the long-range shots that they were missing in the first quarter, but still have ground to make up.
Fournier with the ball. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Mavericks in Dallas. Kicks it out to Gordon. Ross for 3. It's rebounded by Memphis. Jackson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. See, Webb, the NBA always trying to improve every aspect of the game, and that includes officiating.
Yeah, and it should include officiating, one of the most important parts of the game and one of the toughest jobs within the business of basketball. I mean, these guys are making calls on the fly without the advantage of the camera at home that we have watching through the screen, or without the advantage of slow motion technology. So first of all, kudos to the refs that go out and give it their best every day. We have the best refs in any of sports, I believe, and we still need to improve on that. The league recognizes that, and I love the fact that everybody's doing it together.
And it's the Grizzlies with the ball. They trail by 14. Following this one, they get to host the Mavericks. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Morant passes to Jackson. Rebounded by Vucevic. Vucevic has got 7 rebounds in the game.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Rebounded by Jackson. The Grizzlies trail by 14. Jackson down low, guarded by Augustine. Jackson misses.
His offense has been non-existent tonight. It's really hurting him.
Fournier gets a wide open look, kept alive, and the second chance effort by Gordon.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
And here's Morant. 10 points for him. And Fournier over to help. Pass to Jackson. Brooks feeling it out a bit. Just 4 to shoot. Morant. No good from outside. Magic leading by 16. Fournier goes in. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Fournier's got 7.
They are just killing them on the interior.
And it's the Grizzlies with the ball. Now Morant. Outside Jackson to end the run. Rebounded by Vucevic.
Nothing seems to be going his way this quarter.
Oh, man, awful display from him so far. But you know he's going to keep working to try to turn it around.
Shot from the low block. And he can't bank that one in. The Grizzlies trail by 18. The pass to Morant. On the wing, Jackson. Here's Valanciunas, and that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
Oh, I love the rabid intensity right there. Valanciunas, he is capable of doing real damage on the offensive boards.
Passes to Gordon. Vucevic dishes to Augustine. Kicks it to Gordon. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Yep, that one goes. Gordon's got 8 points in the quarter.
There you go again. A nice kick out after the D had collapsed on it.
The Grizzlies shooting a putrid 25% from the field. Poor shot selection all around. Now here's Morant, headed by Augustine, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. DJ Augustine picks one up.
One thing Morant does with consistency, I mean, he keeps defenders off balance.
And this kid, Ja Morant, came out of nowhere, under-recruited in high school, showed some promise in that first year of college, but boy, did he blow up.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That one is off. And Morant really impacts the game in every area.
It's incredible, Kevin. He gives you the points, the assists, the rebounds. But then you look at the box score and you also see a block, a couple steals. And I like that he shoots a high percentage at the line.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Bamba comes in for Nikola Vucevic. And it's Fulton for Fournier. Now here is Augustine. 5 points in the game. Feeds to Gordon. And then Gordon with the dunk.
Al-Farouq Aminu, such a great passer in this position. I mean, he has good vision and knows when to dish it.
We've got 1:55 left to play here in the second quarter. To the inside. Here's Valanciunas. Makes the shot. Basket number 4 this game. Brings him up to 4 for 9.
It was a tough first quarter for him, but it's been a different story here in the second.
Pass to Aminu. And the foul called on Tyus Jones. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
And one of the more transcendent athletes in the game. Aaron Gordon still has some untapped potential. He could make a big leap.
Free throw good, Gordon. And Greg, we've seen Gordon playing in a slower pace system. He was asked to play at the small forward.
Not ideal, Kevin. He's better off as a small ball power forward, getting out in the lane and using those springs to rise over the D.
Grayson Allen's checked in for the Grizzlies. Shot clock at 6. Ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Jones. He gets a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, for Nick Vucevic, there were some great firsts last season. His son Philip was born in December, and then Dad made his first All-Star appearance. Nick is from a basketball family. He said, "I'll enjoy telling my son the stories, like my dad did with me. We'll see if he likes the game of basketball. I think he will." Kevin?
Well, DA, it's certainly in his genes. Thanks for that report. Offensive rebound. Tries yet again. No good on the shot.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
Excellent D, avoiding fouling and got in the perfect position to alter the shot.
Here's Allen. Drops in the breakaway layup. Allen's got his first bucket of the night.
Oh, he's a strong, crafty defender. Anderson, he just knows when to jump on these opportunities.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. And Augustine kicks to Bamba. Here's Allen. Down low. Here's Valanciunas. Bamba with the block. That will count. He can't hit that time. And so it's the Orlando Magic up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. Aaron, you all have played at a high level so far. What has worked for you?
We're just sticking to the game plan. You know, our coaches really drew up something good for us. You know, they wrote it out, and we're sticking to it, and we're executing very well.
Yeah, that's obvious the way you all have played. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right here. Say hey to the folks, Kenny.
Hey, folks.
Say hey to the folks, Shaq.
Hey, folks.
Hey, let's get this party started.
Okay.
The first half was all about Aaron Gordon. He had 13 points, 7 rebounds, and 1 assist. Shaq, what'd you think about the Magic?
Well, what's really shifted the game in their favor has been their rebounding. They got a good edge on the boards, and that's a product of their hard work. All 5 guys been battling, putting everything they have to fight on the glass. That needs to remain the focus for 2 more quarters if they want to hang on to their lead.
How about you, Kenny? What'd you think about Memphis?
Their inaccuracy from behind the arc was brutal. Shot selection, I didn't see any. The perimeter offense they're running, you could scrap that. They need to get back to the basics. Pound it inside, more pick and roll. Try to pick up some easy buckets in transition.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. A fantastic game from Aaron Gordon in this one.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And as they can't slow him down, you know what you do? You keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. This is the right game plan.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Kicking off the second half, here's Taylor Jenkins's 5. Jackson and Valanciunas, they're in the middle. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. And it's Jackson in at the 3, the small forward. The Magic have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line. Free throw good, Gordon. And Gordon drops them both. The Grizzlies trail by 14. Brooks outside. Here's Valanciunas. Basket number 5 goes in. He's now 5 of 12 from the floor.
Oh, but you see why they keep going to Valanciunas. He knows how to dominate when he's got the hot hand.
Augustine with it. This is to Vucevic. It's rebounded by Memphis. Valanciunas has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. And the basket by Jackson.
And I love the confidence with which Jackson plays. Even when the D is bodying him up, he just powers through it.
Now here is Augustine. Pass to Vucevic. Ross on the wing, guarded by Jackson. Ross passes to Vucevic. Over to the wing. Here's Morant. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
2 shots. Foul. Elbow. 2. Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Ross. And both free throws good for Ross.
His free throw shooting is something they never need to worry about. He doesn't even know how to go through a cold streak.
Who's watching it?
Now here's Morant, guarded by Augustine. Here's Jackson. Great D that time from Vucevic.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
Yeah, you can see why he's established that reputation. Strong understanding of how to defend at the rim.
The Grizzlies trail by 12. Jackson in the corner. Outside for Jackson. And there's the pass to Morant. Shot clock at 5. From deep three-point range, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. And Vucevic has got the ball here for the Magic. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. That'll be the second of 5 straight played at home. Count that one.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Oh, yeah, and that's what you love about him. He shows no mercy, even with a comfortable lead.
The Grizzlies have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Now here's Morant, guarded by Augustine. Passes it to Jackson. The turnaround Jay. Here's Valanciunas, and the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Oh, you see how focused Valanciunas is? But he's got this positioning. He's determined to score.
And Fournier kicks to Vucevic, releases from the wing and drills it. Vucevic has got 13.
His individual effort has been outstanding tonight, and it's helped him grab the lead.
Now here's Morant. He's covered closely. Jackson misses. Magic leading by 14. Morant with the steal. And it's Brooks in the corner. Pass to Morant. Back to Brooks. And here's Jackson. 5 points in the game. 5 on the clock. Valanciunas dishes to Jackson. Hits it from three-point range. 7 points in the game.
Man, that's sure got to be a load off his mind after not hitting a single three-pointer in that first half.
And Augustine kicks to Ross. And good. Coming in on the assist by DJ Augustine. Augustine's got 6 assists here tonight. The Grizzlies trail by 13. Pass to Valanciunas. And another field goal in this total. Make it 7 for 14, shooting 50%.
Oh, it's tough trying to alter his focus. I mean, Valanciunas is great at staying in control.
Now here is Augustine. Not a lot of room. It's stolen by Valanciunas. And here we go. Fast break, and Morant's got it. Jackson, that's a two-pointer. They get it back. Good on that shot. And with that, the Magic lead is cut down now to just 9 in the bucket from Jackson. The Magic have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Augustine passes to Gordon. Stolen by Jackson. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Gordon. And now Orlando on the break. Gordon's running. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
He's made all 5 of his attempts at the line so far.
Shooting 2.
That free throw, no good. And the Magic making a change here. Birch is checked in. Jay Crowder's checked in for Memphis. Good on the second free throw. Here's Morant. He's got 11. Outside Jackson. To the wing right side. And Aaron Gordon gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Orlando making some changes. Jonathan Isaac comes in for Aaron Gordon. And Markelle Fultz is subbed in for Ross. Magic on defense. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Here's Fultz. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down.
Adept at figuring out ways to score from mid-range. Fultz showing he has the touch.
Now Brooks, a decent amount of time left as they try to find a way back into it.
Yeah, but it will be soon if they don't start cutting into this deficit.
Clark, he's checked in for Josh Jackson. Now here's Brooks, guarded by Fultz. Now here's Morant. Shoots over Fournier. That's tipped. Fast break. Here come the Magic. Fultz with the ball. And the basket is good. Fultz has got 4 points this quarter.
What blinding speed in the open floor. That's Fultz, especially dangerous in transition.
Here's Morant. With the floater, it's hauled in by the Magic. Here's Fournier. He's got 7. The pass to Isaac. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Birch. Can't hit that one. Some solid defense there from Jackson. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Clark uses the glass to finish the layup.
This is the mindset Clark has. He's opportunistic and really has an awareness of when to attack in transition.
Now here's Fultz. He has 6. Oh, Vucevic in position. Clark kicks to Crowder. Vucevic against Brooks. And the call will be against Fournier. That's foul number 2 for him. Mohamed Bamba, he's checked in for Orlando. Aminu comes in for Isaac. Memphis also making some changes. Kyle Anderson comes in for Dylan Brooks. And Grayson Allen subbed in for Morant. Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation.
All right, a chance to check out the stats for Fournier. Some last season stats for him. Averaged about 15 points a game, 3 assists and 3 rebounds. He's been making the right decisions and letting the game come to him. Solid play all around.
Yeah, GA, I like it because he's not overcomplicating things. I mean, he's just playing to his strengths and taking what the defense gives him.
Here's Clark. Anderson outside. Here's Clark. He's covered by Aminu. Bamba with the block. Fultz with the ball. Pass to Birch. Here's Bamba. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Crowder's got his 4th rebound in this one. Inside. Good on that shot. And with that, the Magic lead is cut down to just 12 points with the basket from Allen. And here's Fournier. He brings it up for the Magic. And out of Marquette, Jay Crowder, a sturdy two-way wing player.
A great system player and glue guy. He had his best years with the Celtics. On the final year of this contract, a great value considering what he brings to the table.
They get the rebound, and Jackson gets it to go.
You know, if you're only looking at the way he's played offensively, you think his team would have the lead.
And here's Fournier. 7 points in the game. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. And out of bounds as Memphis gains possession. And the Grizzlies making a change here. Jones is checked in. The Grizzlies trail by 10. Here's Clark. Pass to Allen. There's the triple. Orlando grabs the miss. Birch has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Now Fultz. Right wing. Birch the pass to Fournier. Clock at 6. The Magic again can't hit. Memphis has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Here's Crowder. And the lead is down inside single digits. Crowder's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Out on the break, Crowder gets up and down pretty well.
Fultz with the ball. He's against Allen. Here's Bamba. The basket good off the assist from Fultz. Bamba's got 10 points in the game.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're pouring it on right here, trying to give the opposition no light at the end of the tunnel.
Allen kicks to Jones. Anderson wide open. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Magic leading by 10. Aminu the pass to Fournier. 1:35 left in the third quarter. To the middle. It's tipped. Pass to Birch. Here's Aminu. Good on the jump shot. And it's a 12-point Orlando lead.
I mean, Kevin, look at that catch-and-shoot game of Aminu. He is excellent at realizing when to go right up with it.
Grizzlies shooting approximately 43% in the third quarter. Jones against Bamba. Jones looking for an opening. Out to the wing. Anderson finds Clark. That shot no good. Orlando's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. The pass to Bamba. Here's Birch. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. This is his first free throw of the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Terrence Ross is checked in for Fournier. And Memphis also making a switch. Valanciunas is checked in. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
And as a team, they're hovering around the high 80s from the free throw line. They've gotten better as the game has gone along, which is exactly what you want to see.
Here's Clark. Anderson outside. Over in the corner, Allen. A three-pointer, no good. Orlando leading by 14. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Bamba.
An easy pass turns into a terrible turnover. And that's a possession wasted.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Clark finds Valanciunas. Back to Clark. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket. Here's Ross. The basket good off the assist from Fultz. Fultz has got 5 assists in the game.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Starting to take over here, building a big lead that could ultimately prove insurmountable.
And so it's Orlando with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And from a recent huddle, let's listen in on head coach Steve Clifford.
Well, we're doing well. Great job. Show your hands. Show your hands. Don't foul.
Moments ago, Steve Clifford talking about defensive technique. Doesn't want to give up 3 points at the charity line.
And by focusing in on the smallest thing, his guys know how serious he is. One of the better defensive coaches in our league.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. On the court for Orlando, Fultz and Ross pair up to make the backcourt. Then there's Al-Farouq Aminu, and there's Mohamed Bamba, and it's Birch in at the 4 slot.
And when he's not shooting threes, Crowder is attacking the paint. That's how he plays the game.
No good on the free throw.
And you talk about a culture builder. Jay Crowder is a guy who is not content with losing ball games. He's a competitor, and that rubs off on his teammates.
Aaron Gordon, he's checking in for the Magic. Augustine comes in for Al-Farouq Aminu. Then for the Grizzlies, Jackson comes in for Clark. And it's Morant in for Allen. Augustine from outside. That shot, no good.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Morant. Here's a look at the schedule for the Magic. On Sunday, they'll be taking on Victor Oladipo and the Indiana Pacers. And then on Wednesday, they'll be matching up with Al Horford and the Philadelphia 76ers.
And if I'm this team, I'm looking at this as a barometer to see how we stack up against some of the top teams in the league. They'll have to be at their best, but if they come out of this with some success, I think it'll build momentum for the rest of the run.
And he knocks down the first one. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Here's Augustine. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. The Grizzlies trail by 16. Anderson outside. Passes it to Valanciunas. Over Bamba. And it's off the back rim. No good. And so it's Ross. He brings it up for Orlando. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead.
And the closer to the basket Bamba is, the more effective he is. Outstanding at using his size inside.
The Grizzlies shooting 31%, not looking sharp offensively, to say the least. Now here's Morant. Here's Valanciunas. Can't cash in from close range.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
Yeah, Greg, that's just great defense. Forcing this man into a difficult attempt.
And Fultz is a menace inside. Superb at making the D foul him when he's this close to the basket.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good.
But that's what I love about Fultz. He does a little bit of everything. Scores, rebounds, passes.
Brooks checked in for the Grizzlies. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And that puts him right around 90 from the free throw line. Really good work here in the second half.
It's stolen by Fultz. Ross passes to Fultz. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
He's really turned it around here in the second half. I mean, his offense has returned.
There's Morant. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Jackson drives in. Count that one.
He's getting hotter the deeper we get into this game. I mean, he didn't give him much of anything in the first half.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Fultz with the ball. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Clock at 4. It's stolen by Valanciunas. Brooks with it. Bamba picks him up. Pass to Crowder. And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys. So that's a free basket right there.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
Vucevic, he's checked in for the Magic. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. And here's Augustine. Pass to Ross from downtown. Crowder pulls it in. Crowder's got 5 rebounds tonight. And Aaron Gordon gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. The Grizzlies trail by 18. Here's Morant. Out to Brooks. Here's the 3. And Vucevic pulls it down. Vucevic has got rebound number 12 here already in the game.
Oh, the power on that Pruden. Wow. He's put on a show for these fans.
I can't believe he pulled that one out in the course of an actual game. Brooks outside. Here's Valanciunas. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
An improved playmaker who does a solid job distributing the rock. Don't sleep on Brooks' vision.
To the paint, it's tipped. Crowder with the steal. Goes up and finished off by Morant.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
Yeah, going defense to offense in an instant. Every team now calibrated to do that.
It's stolen by Valanciunas. Oh, here we go now. Crowder's got it. The fast break chance. Fades away. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Magic leading by 16. Inside, here's Vucevic. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Oh, that's just the mentality you have to have. Not wanting to give the opposition any hope of clawing back into this.
Here's Morant. Basket counts.
Well, you see the burst. Morant very hard to catch once he gains a step.
Here's Augustine bringing it up now for the Magic. 22 is their biggest lead. To the inside. Morant with the steal. And it's Memphis on the break. And Crowder slams it in.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And how about then not settling? I mean, instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim.
The pass to Gordon. He kicks it to Ross. Gordon deciding where to go with it. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Fultz. Good on the triple. Fultz has got 7 points here in this quarter.
How about this turnaround? He played a fringe role in the first half, and now he's the man for them.
Here's Morant. Rebound by the Magic. Vucevic has got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. And the rejection by Jackson. Ross, that's good.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
And so it's Memphis with it. 19-point game. Now here's Morant, headed by Augustine.
And they've won the rebound battle so far, and it's translated to the scoreboard.
Well, they look like they just want it more right now. You gotta love the hustle.
Brooks with no one around. Buries the corner 3.
A huge part of Brooks' attack is that he understands how crucial it is that he continues to hit this shot.
Passes to Vucevic. Now here's Fultz. T right on him. Some nice ball movement by the Magic. Crowder with the steal. 3-on-3. Knocked loose. And up the court come the Magic on the break. Augustine's running. Now Fultz. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's going to be on Jay Crowder.
The shifty nature of Fultz's game, I mean, it often puts the defense in a bind. Difficult trying to guard without fouling.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Fultz. Jackson, he's checked in for Crowder. And he can't hit the second.
I like that he's playing with an edge here in the second half. I mean, he didn't get to the line once in the first half.
Three-pointer, Brooks, and the foul on Jonas Valanciunas. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And Orlando making a change here. Fournier is checked in. Magic leading by 17. Now here is Augustine. Pass to Ross. He dishes it to Vucevic. 5 to shoot. Ross passes to Gordon. Stolen by Jackson. Morant kicks to Jackson. And it's blocked by Gordon. There's the lob to the hoop. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. The Grizzlies trail by 19. Morant with it. Jackson down low. He's against Gordon. The second chance effort and the layup by Jackson.
And the rebound and the follow show you what he is all about. Gritty and determined with a soft touch to match.
Near the three-point line, it's Augustine. The shot misses. Now Memphis takes it the other way.
He'll breathe a big sigh of relief if they hang on to win this game. He's not done much to contribute tonight.
Valanciunas, good.
And Jackson is a terrific passer at that forward position. Fantastic at setting the table for his guys.
And here's Augustine. Pass to Vucevic. Left side, Gordon. Down low. Over Jackson. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, for Josh Jackson, not really the sophomore season he was hoping for. Didn't take a major leap forward and saw him fighting for reserve minutes at times.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. And with Jackson, Greg, they just need to see more from him.
The upside, it's still there for Jackson, but nothing is guaranteed in the NBA. He needs to keep working on his game to live up to the lofty draft expectations.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line. The Grizzlies trail by 16. Brooks, the pass to Morant. He gets it in there. Morant's got 8 here in the quarter.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Here's Augustine. Here's Ross. Outside Gordon. From the arc. Valanciunas grabs the board. Valanciunas has got rebound number 13 for him here tonight. Here's Jackson, and it's blocked by Gordon. Now Ross. Fournier for 3. Valanciunas grabs the board. Valanciunas has got 14 rebounds for him tonight. Wow. Jackson misses. And here's Fournier. He brings it up for the Orlando Magic. And there's the pass to Augustine. The Magic again can't hit.
Well, they get away with it here, but that's not a shot you should ever be giving him.
Orlando leading by 14. And all around the rim that time before dropping in.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
But GA, this is no let up. You know, this is the kind of hard-nosed competitiveness that wins games.
Timeout called. The Grizzlies. They're behind by 16. 1:31 left in the game. And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Aaron Gordon.
And he's put on a terrific show of skill in the paint. A combination of moves, footwork, and that soft touch down low. It's all added up to one dominant performance for the big fella.
He's been their pulse tonight, the player who's guided them to the win, and it's a win they needed coming off a loss in their last one. Passes it to Morant. A minute 20 left in the fourth quarter. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on Aaron Gordon. With more star players changing teams, the word tampering comes up. Chris, is the league striking the right balance on enforcement?
Oh, yes. And, you know, Commissioner Silver, he knows all the tricks. He doesn't want it to be a police state, but he knows a wink from a wink.
Right,
you know what I mean? So you got to draw some lines. But, again, how do you stop it? I mean, you know, if I'm playing on the Lakers and I say, wow, you know, I think Anthony Davis has the best eyebrows in the world. You know, you got to let me say that. And, you know, if that's recruiting, it's recruiting. So it's a fine line. And hopefully the players have some fun with it. And hopefully Commissioner Silver does his best to police it while everyone at the same time is working through with integrity.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Magic leading by 14. We've got 1:08 left in the fourth. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. First free throw is good. So it's both teams making substitutions here. And both free throws good for Ross. And with the likely return of prep to pro prospects, Chris, some have argued for a high school combine to help determine who's ready to make the leap and who isn't.
I'm not really there with the high school combine. I still think that, you know, you still have a level of college or a level of professionalism that can happen after. And I don't believe until you're ready to be evaluated for the pros immediately, should you have that combine. You know, your bodies are still growing. I talked to Jaren Jackson just yesterday, and he told me that he grew 2 inches over last summer. So I think it's a little unfair to judge these guys that early when their bodies and mentality still has a lot of development left.
The first one falls. Both teams deciding to change it up. And both free throws good for Ross. Here's Melton. There's 38 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And stolen by Gordon. Now here's Fournier. The dish now to Augustine. 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. To the middle, 6 to shoot. Vucevic banked in off the glass. And the Magic lead by 18.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, I love how they play for one another out there. No signs of selfishness. They're just a total team effort.
And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Nick, great win tonight. Good performance by you. How surprising is it that you contributed to the game in so many ways?
I mean, I wouldn't say it surprised me. I always knew I could play at this level, but I just play hard. Just play hard and get things happen. I don't try to force anything. I just let the game come to me, and I play hard. Rebounds. Like I said, it's a lot about effort. That's what I can do every night. And points are gonna come some nights. Sometimes they won't. But I just take what I get and just keep playing.
Well, you did it all over the floor tonight, Nick. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Chris Webber, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. And we'll see you next time.